Lachlan Stevens-McNab then for Trek Factory Racing leaves the start hut. How do you rate this man's chances today, Josh, as we rejoin the run live at split 2? He's 2.5 seconds faster.
As we see a 2.5 second advantage.
Sets you up beautifully for that one.
I think Lockie is growing into this role in the Trek Factory racing team. There's a lot of pressure for him to step up to such a big racing scenario. The custom bike they have underneath them, they've been working extremely hard to get that set up for him and the entire team. Now Ollie Davis is out with a broken wrist. Lockie and Matt Walker are left to really lead the team by example, and with a ride like this, and he goes 3 seconds faster than Jordan Williams, a steep track like this will feed Lockie's ability to send it. He loves hitting that send button, and on a loose track like this, it's made for him.
3 seconds faster at split 3 for Lachlan Stevens-McNab. His teammate Chris Hauser is up next. Gets bucked really harshly into there, manages to keep the bike moving forward though. Nico, this is looking really good.
Really good. I mean, this is what you expect to see from an aggressive ride. Kind of different from the approach of Jordan Williams, where Lockie's going to just press send, and he's either going to make it to the bottom in the lead or it's going to be a mistake.
Yeah, and he's 2.4 seconds. He lost 6/10, Josh, through that sector, but he's still all green. He's 2.4 seconds in the lead.
As long as it's green, he's charging all the way to the bottom. You can see, just like Jordan, he was threading the needle of that main line to gain some extra momentum. Launches all the way up onto that grassy off-camber. Almost tucks the front. There's one to go. Come on, Lockie.
Really nice line through there. Lachlan Stevens-McNab heading for the hot seat here in the Thuile in the Valley d'Aosta, and goes fastest by 1.8 seconds. Here comes Henry Kiefer. Big send-off there.
Kiefer was the fastest in the time training session on the first day, and he's looked incredible all weekend. I think taking some confidence out of the last couple races. He had a podium in Leo Gang, another good result in Val di Sole. He's been really building into his elite season.
Gets the pre-jump. I've been waiting for that all weekend. He's slightly back at split 2 for the moment.
You've never seen a man move more sat down than Josh Coulson whenever he saw that from Henry Kiefer. At 10th of a second faster at split 1. A second back at split 2. It's half a second now at split 3 for Kiefer, the German national champion.
Yeah, we saw that in track walk during the week, but with the way the track's been deteriorating, you could carry a bit of extra speed over that little lip that riders were jumping. This is looking good for Kiefer. The time's coming back towards him. He's a big, strong rider, and he's had a great result with the podium earlier in the year.
Nico, this is great to see, isn't it? One of the stars of junior racing, junior dyno, UCI world champion, now into elites and making a count for Canyon Collective.
Full gap.
Yeah, really cool to see. I mean, Fabian told me he's been on the Canyon team since he was 12 years old.
He's faster by 100th of a second. Henry Kiefer here, attacking in La Thuile.
It's awesome to see a guy they've been invested in for so long coming around and delivering. Obviously had a great junior career with the World Championship, but into elite, he's really putting the good results in.
This is great from Kiefer. This is charging all the way to the line. He's going to come out to the final drop here.
Kiefer down the line now. Is Henry Kiefer going to go faster in La Thuile? No, second by 9/10 of a second. Horace Vergier on course now, the UCI downhill world champion, and it's getting heavier at the top, Nico.
Yeah, you can see that rain starting to come down. This may start to affect the race. But he's up at the split. I mean, considering that rain in this grass section, he's making the most of the conditions he has.
6/10 of a second now at split 1 ahead for Vergier already, but Josh, the wind and rain picking up down here in the finish bowl. Whoa, 7 times a UCI Downhill World Cup winner, the reigning UCI Downhill World Champion, as I say, really neatly done through there.
Did a good job of cutting that turn a little tight just to miss some of the holes on the outside.
His junior teammate Till Olren still has the fastest time of the day with a 3:28. 3:30 currently what he's aiming for to get into the hot seat here in the elite men's race. Vergier needs a win.
He's right in touch here, 2 splits down, and he's well within the time of Lockie Stevens.
3/10 of a second at split 2. What's it going to be at split 3? Nico, this is looking good for the world champion.
Yeah, pretty far inside there to miss some of the holes, and then this turn as well. Catches the main support at the edge of the turn. I would guess that this track has Loris's name on it. He's good on steep sections. He's really light on his feet, really gentle with the inputs to the bike.
Really nice grip
here. He can get away with these insides and still make the exit speed.
Big exit speed out of that left-hander. Vergier looking like he's on a run here. Second faster now at split 3 for Loris Vergier. from Commensal. Muck off by Riding Addiction. The rain starting to come down at the bottom here in Thuile.
Got that same gap that Amory did into there. And with this rain coming down, as we said before, Thuile can make the most of these conditions while they have it. If the conditions start to go away, they can get a solid time down now. That may pay off big time in the long term.
Vergier holding that inside rock, goes inside overlap crest as well.
Gets the outside line there. Now this carries great speed into this next bridge. Really can hold a higher speed over the bridge.
2.2 seconds, 2.2 seconds, a split 4 now for Lars Vergier. Is he on the cusp of his first really big result for Commensal?
Makes you wonder if he may have got a bit of information from the all-round boys earlier today from junior finals. This is looking great from Lars Vergier. One of the best runs we've seen from the current world champion.
Here comes Lars Vergier now down towards the line. Is he going to go into the hot seat? Lars Vergier goes fastest in Thuile by 2.4 seconds. Here he goes. Loic Bruni leaves the Star Hut and heads onto the steepest UCI Downhill World Cup track in history. 28% average gradient here in Thuile. What has Super Bruni got for it?
Really nice in that first turn. He went kind of a midline. He didn't go super tight inside, but inside of the holes.
Look at the balance of his bike coming down there, carrying great speed, just clicking over 70 kilometers an hour under the Red Bull arch. Exiting with extreme speed. Gets the ball into the corner. Loic Bruni means business here this afternoon.
Inside, pulls across the gap, gets it done. What's the first split going to say for Bruni? He's lost a pedal though, has to clip back in again. 0.5 of a second slower than Lars Vergier across there, but Nico was just searching for the pedal for a second there.
Yeah, that might have been where he lost the 0.5. Man, that big huck that he did was pretty cool. I think Max Arlen was the only one we saw do it so far today. But 0.5 is the best that we've seen in the past few riders. I think he's well within touch to bring this back to Lars.
Look how just planted he is on the bike down through there. Bruni gets that gap, lands it deep, Josh.
And it's great to hear Loic have to kind of set his plan. Like, he's been charging, trying to figure out how to adapt to this new way of racing that Jackson is showing him. Loic Bruni is one of our greatest ever, and he's had to really dig in and focus here. He's had a certain fire in his eye this weekend, and this track he's been enjoying in particular, and enjoying the process inside there, misses the breaker bumps.
Yeah,
gets a little huck and carries great exit speed. This is looking good so far. It's going to bring back a little bit of time.
Got the win in Bielsko-Biała at the start of the year in Poland. Loic Bruni, 162 beats per minute on the Whoop Live, floats across the road gap, really nicely done. 0.2 of a second faster, split 2 for Bruni now. First time we've seen the lights go green in a while. That time of Lars Vergier's in trouble now. Nico Mullally.
This is a classic Bruni run. He hasn't put a tire wrong yet.
And Josh, he is a wily operator. He'll have been able to deal with all those delays at the top. Bruni has lost time now. He's lost 0.2 of a second, Nico.
Yeah, it looked like he may have got hung just a little bit in some of those tighter turns, but he's so close to Lars. This is all to play for here to the finish.
This is vintage UCI Downhill World Cup. Vergier and Bruni going at it here in Thuile.
Well, it doesn't get much better, does it? He's slower, now he's faster, and he's slower. Let's see what happens in the fourth split. A ding-dong battle between Vergier and Bruni, two of the biggest names in the business on this brand new course.
Here we go, split inbound. Bruni a second back now on the time of Vergier. It's advantage Vergier. 1-1 to go here in Thuile.
It looked like he carried really good speed into that splits, though, so he maybe have enough to bring this back.
168, 170 beats per minute on the Whoop Live. 90 to 100% into the red zone for the man in red, Super Bruni. On course. Can he beat Lars Vergier today? Loic Bruni heads towards the finish line. Is it going to be enough? Bruni goes second fastest by 0.4 of a second here in Thuile. Laurent Delorme, not what he wanted to see. Vergier hangs on. Jackson Goldstone sets off in Thuile. Really neatly done through there. We know Vergier was mesmerising up top. Has Goldstone got the beating off it? What is this next time going to tell us on a topsy-turvy day here in Italy? Jackson Goldstone is back on the clocks by 0.7 of a second, but Nico, that's closer than just about anyone's been. Whoa, big moment there.
Right where he needs to be. I mean, naturally that section's flatter. It wasn't going to suit him anyway. So I think if he can get to here and really open it up, he's got a really good shot at this one.
Jackson Goldstone in the green of the UCI World Cup overall points leader, the Santa Cruz Syndicate rider. He's been unbelievable this season. 3 wins in a row.
So calmly just hucks off the end of that diving board rock.
Whoa,
triple
big
right
pull.
there.
Big pull across there for Jackson Goldstone. Nails that left-hander perfectly.
Really nice setup for that corner. We saw Luca have trouble, hit the pad. He hopped high on the off-camber and opened the turn, where a lot of riders were having trouble even getting the setup they needed to.
Loic Vergier watches on from the hot seat. Former Santa Cruz Syndicate rider himself, watching up at their latest star now. Jackson Goldstone going hell for leather on this Thuile course. Absolutely flying across the road gap. He's won 0.08 of a second now, Josh.
Yeah, and that was quite a messy split, to be honest. He had a few mistakes there that cost him a bit of exit speed. Now coming into these steep sections, this is where we expect Jackson to be able to swap direction and pull up and accelerate very, very well. It's one of his strengths. He can huck and butter every backside through the rest of this section here. This is where it needs to count. He is well within touch, obviously. It's practically identical to Loic Vergier. From here, gets the inside line.
Really nicely done.
He's such a good rider on these steep sections. He's light. He's able to keep his inputs to the bike really intentional. I think that pays off in these steep sections where he can come in, brake later, and gain time.
It's been 1,037 days since Loic Vergier's last UCI World Cup win. Is that wait going to continue? Jackson Goldstone is 1/10 of a second outside of his time. He hasn't turned the lights green yet.
He hit the inside line when he crossed that road and still managed to carry really good speed. We haven't seen many people be able to do the inside and carry good speed across the right-hand turn.
Carries exceptional speed through that Oakley root garden there. There's 2 sections to go that are crucial right now. 0.1 of a second back. He's the first rider we've seen to backside the berm as it comes into the 4th split.
Big pull. He's faster by 0.2 of a second. Nina Hoffman. Is it going to be double bubble for the Santa Cruz Syndicate today? Steve Pete looks on at the bottom. We're all looking up to see what Jackson Goldstone, can he make it 4 in a row? Vergier's time is looking in trouble here in the Thuile.
Vergier made up 1.3 at the bottom of the track.
Here we go, Jackson Goldstone down towards the line. Is it going to be 4 in a row? It is! 0.6 of a second. The first time since Aaron